Alright, so hey you guys, today I'm doing a video about the time that I was catfished. Now, this story happened when I was in like ninth or 10th grade. I was about 14, 15, maybe even 16 years old, and this is actually before there even was catfish. This is before like the term was coined and before the show came on. So basically, the story happened. I was on this website, whatever the name was, I can't even remember. But it was like a chat sort of website where you could just talk to people. They had like chat rooms and all that type of stuff. And I was on there, and you could have like a chat on your own page where you could invite people to like your profile to talk to them, and then there was like the actual pages, and it was like divided. They had like an adult side of the website and had like a teen side. And the teen side, you could be on the teen side until you turn like 18, and then that's when the adult side opened for you. But if you still wanted to be on the teen side when you were like over 18, you still could, but once you reached the 20 and all that stuff, you weren't allowed to be in there. So I remember I used to frequent it. I used to be on there like all the time, just talking to random people. It wasn't like a dating website. I wasn't looking for a relationship or anything like that. It was just friendship or whatever, just talking to people. And so I remember one night, I think it was like a Thursday night maybe, I got a message, a PM, and I think we all know what a PM is, private message, from this guy from my hometown, from my town or wherever I was living. And I go to check the message, and it showed like the picture, and the picture was of this guy that I knew from school that I had a teeny tiny little crush on. So first of all, I'm thinking like, oh my god, he's talking to me, like what's going on. And he's like, oh hey, you're so pretty, you want to talk? It's like, cool, whatever, because I was like shocked. And I knew this guy from school. He was like a basketball player, and he was friends with my cousin who also went to our school. So I was just thinking like, okay, it wasn't really a big surprise to me or whatever. So I was like, okay. So we were PMing back and forth, and he started like messaging me on my own page, and he added me, and he was like, do you want to talk off of here? Do you want my number? And it's like, sure. So I gave him my number, and we started texting, and he texted me that night. I think it was like a Thursday night, because I know that we didn't have school the next day, which was like a Friday. And he was like, what was he saying? He was like, oh, hey, we should chill tomorrow or whatever, that'll be cool. Since we don't have school, we can come over and hang out, we can smoke, whatever. I didn't smoke at the time, I still don't. So I was just like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. So in my head, I'm thinking of like, oh, we're gonna hang out, and I'm trying to find ways to like get a ride or whatever so that we can hang out. I was dumb and naive, young and dumb. So, we went on talking, and then kind of randomly he sent me a message, and he was like, can you send me a picture for my contacts? And I was like, sure. So, I take my picture with my little phone or whatever to send to him for his contacts or whatever. So, yeah. And he was like, oh, you're so pretty. Thank you. And he's like, do you want one of me? And I was like, sure. So, he sends me a picture, and the first picture is extremely blurry. I can't see anything in this picture. And I'm like, I can't see anything. So he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'll take it again. So he takes another picture, and again, it's blurry, and I'm like, it's still blurry, I can't see. He's like, oh, dang it, is something wrong with my camera or whatever? And he's like, okay, well, I'll try again. So the next picture that he sends is this guy that looks nothing like the picture. Let me tell you. The guy that the catfish was posing as was a tall, light-skinned guy. He was biracial. He had dreads, like brownish, reddish dreads. And he was extremely tall. He was skinny, but he had muscles. Like, he wasn't like sickly skinny, if you know what I mean. And so the picture that I receive is this dark-skinned guy with a fade, and it's still a blurry picture, very dark blurry picture, but this guy has like sunken in cheeks. Like, he looks ill, like he doesn't look healthy. And I'm like, that's not you. And he's like, what do you mean? Yes, it is. And that was like my first reply. I'm like, no, it isn't, because I'm like, okay, something is fishy about the situation. I'm like, that is not you. He's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. And I was like, dude, that's not you. That's not the same picture. And so he was like, okay, I'm sorry. That was a picture of my brother. He just died like a month ago, and I'm still upset. And I'm like, what? What does that have to do with anything? Why would you send me pictures of your dead brother? Like, what are you trying to accomplish? But the thing is, the guy that he was posing as had a younger brother. He didn't have an older brother. He only had a younger brother who looked like he could be his identical twin because they look so much alike. I'm like, that is not your brother. And so he just keeps pleading, like, okay, okay, okay. And I was starting to get annoyed. I was like, that's not you. That's not your brother. And he was like, okay, that's me. And I'm like, that's not you. What are you talking about? So he's just texting back and forth, like pleading and stuff. He's like, okay, okay, okay. I'm sorry. I'll send you my Facebook. And he sends me like his real Facebook and his real picture. And he's this heavyset white guy. And I don't have any problem with like white people or anything. But I had never seen him before. And he sent me like his Facebook link. And I checked it out. And he actually did go to my high school. Because there were pictures of him sitting in desk like at the school or whatever. And he admitted that the second picture that he sent me, the third picture, was actually his friend, and the friend was in pictures with him. Like, I had never seen any of them before in school or anything. So I was a little bit creeped out because I'm like, why did you seek me out? Like, I didn't know if, like, it was creepy. Like, is that a stalker or what? So I was, like, kind of freaked out, kind of scared. And I blocked him on Facebook. I, like, blocked him. I was like, oh, God. Like, I didn't even add him. Like, but, you know, you can still block people. Because I didn't want him to find my real Facebook or whatever. Because I didn't even know how he found me. Like, why he sought me out or whatever. But I was annoyed. And he was like, oh, you know, like the typical catfish always be like, oh, can we still be friends? Like, can we still be friends? Like, no, we can't still be friends. Like, what do you mean, can we still be friends? Like, you just tried to, you lied to me. So, you know, he was like, I'm sorry, you know, I had low self-esteem and I didn't think you would like me. And it's like, well, now you'll never know if I'd ever like you because you started off our bond with a lie. So, yeah, and I didn't even realize that I had been catfished until I was thinking about it like a couple years ago after the TV show came on, and I loved the TV show, and I was like, oh, wow, I was catfish. Well, I was almost catfish because, well, was I catfish? I don't know, but yeah, it was a weird experience. I just, like, learned my lesson. Don't fall for everything. Like I said, I was still so young. Like, I didn't have a reason to think that he would be fake because, I mean, I'm trying to think of when this was. It's had to be, like, 2010. This is like, yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, that was my catfish story. I do have another one where I wasn't the victim, but I was kind of friends with a catfish. I don't know. But if you guys want to see that video, let me know and I'll upload that. And yeah, so be careful online and beware people. So thanks for watching. Bye.